All right. So let me see how this sounds.
11th play of the
Yeah, that was loud.
Mahomes wafting end zone. There it is. A touchdown, Kelce.
Well, I think that picture sums up the day here for Kansas City.
I feel like I hear two different
They're on
songs
top of the
going.
world.
There is two different
Two
songs.
plays in a row. Andy Reid's trying to get his
Yeah, I'm
best
so
player of the ball,
confused.
and just a great little nod shake route
It's
down to
not
the goal
mixing
line.
very well.
At all.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go
Kelce
with
Mahomes
that.
get rid of her
combination
anyway.
going to go down as
I think that was for Waltz more than anybody else. Yeah,
I think
it
so
was.
too. It was. It was.
Okay.
Waltz would be like, "Did you just make a short of that and just send me a private link?"
Yeah, I mean, first off, I just want to thank God.
Okay. Waltz is fired up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. It's good to be back. Yeah, you already know the song. This is the Astra Boys, and we too have over 500% of Astra Boys t-shirt sales, beating out Travis Kelce's women's jersey sales. These shirts right here, over 500% for some reason.
We need to find out where the revenue is because I don't think we've seen any of it yet. So we'll get that figured out after the show.
We're still a startup.
It's in the AAB bank account that I am in charge of.
Ah, there's the answer right there. I was just about to say that.
It's all went to tacos and burritos.
Yes, as you could clearly see.
And pedicures. So, yeah, I got to get that done.
Hair product.
All right, so. All right, don't forget to subscribe, man. We have a lot to talk about. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks of a lot of stuff, man. We weren't here last weekend for some odd-eyes reasons. We're not going to talk about it on this show.
No, we're not.
No, we are not. So we're going to leave that one alone. But we are here now. So, okay. So the Chiefs played. Wait a second. Before we start that, where is the Chiefs? We're going to go ahead and right into it, okay? We're just going to dive into that song bits, okay? So there was 2 games since the last time we met. All right, there was the first game, and then Travis Kelce came back. Chris Jones came back.
Chris Jones.
And then apparently this past game, I guess there was a guitar player, female artist.
Yeah, some kind of celebrity in the house.
Yeah, I heard she has a couple of songs out, and so everybody was pretty excited about that. We need to, I guess, Google to see who that was. But let's talk about the first game, man. So when Travis Kelce came back finally, so that was our second game, right?
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Against Jacksonville. All right. So it was going to be a good game as it was anyways, because Jacksonville are no punks. So
Right. Yeah.
Travis Kelce comes back, okay, and then Chris Jones comes back. So there was a tale of 2 tapes right there, okay, what we were waiting on. In my opinion, I don't know what was going on with Travis Kelce. So he have a couple of drops, but it was more like something was on his. He had a chip on his shoulder for some reason.
He was mad.
He was mad a lot. He had a big time attitude. He dropped a couple of balls and he just wasn't in it. So then I was thinking, okay, well, this is his first game back, but he was only gone for a week, man. He still had the preseason. He still had, the whole mini camp or whatever and the practices. But what happened with all the Chiefs players in the first game other than Patrick Mahomes? There was a lot of jitters. There was a lot of drops. That was a first game for all of them. So think about it. Travis Kelce's first game was that game.
No. Okay. I see what you're saying, but he is a veteran. Well, he's been in the league like 8 years. All them other receivers, this was their first time in the big stage. I don't know.
With something to prove. Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney, those guys like that, they had a lot to prove. Kelsey's been around,
He should have no
Super
first game
Bowl,
jitters.
playoff, championship, stuff like that. Like that shit.
Maybe he's going through a midlife crisis. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But hey, I think it's also too because they had that added pressure, right? When you have Travis Kelce there, he's kind of like a security blanket because you know that's your go-to guy. And so now that they was out, they it was all in the media, like who's going to step up, who's going to step up. So I think it was just everyone feeling that pressure, man. Kadarius Toney was definitely feeling the pressure.
Game 1, yeah. So but in that game 1 we had the drops. Game 2 we had the fumbles. We kept on fumbling the ball. Luckily, our defense is stepping up big time this year, man. Big time.
So then, coming out of that game, so Chris Jones comes in, and I was thinking, man, he's gonna take some plays off because he's not in football shape. I don't know what the hell he did on his offseason.
He's been working the whole offseason.
Bro, but what kind of workout? Yeah, that's what he said. But what kind of workout was he doing where I was watching him, and I'm watching him, I'm thinking, okay, he's going to be huffing and puffing out there. Man, he'd make a play, or he wouldn't make a play. It was just had nothing to do with him, but he still stayed out there. And I'm watching him in his body language, and it was fine. He wasn't huffing and puffing. He's already in football shape. That was great conditioning, whatever he did. He came in and stepped in and did what he was supposed to do. And just like a veteran he is, it's like he was like never gone. So do we forget about him sitting in the suites the game before? No.
I say it's actually better than that because I've never seen him, in my opinion, like the first couple of games of the season, have the impact that he's actually had. Right. Like, I mean, and it's glaring, right? Whether he's getting the sack or not. A lot of times, if another guy like Karlaftis last week, for example, got the sack, but it was the pressure of Chris Jones.
One of the things,
there, like almost every time now.
One of the things I was hearing about, it just came out. It came out on Travis Kelce's New Heights podcast as well. They interviewed Chris Jones, and they were talking about kind of what we're talking about, but they were talking about the year before. He said he literally took Joe. He said losing to Joe Burrow in that AFC Championship sucked so bad that last year he took Joe Burrow's face and told them to put them on the dummies. So like everything that he did, it was just like, I'm going after Joe Burrow. I'm going after Joe Burrow. I don't know if he did that this year, but whatever he's doing, his preseason workout was remarkable.
There's
he hasn't missed a beat.
His motor was awesome.
Yeah, there's so many times that when people have a holdout, they come in and it takes them a long time, or they get hurt. But he came in, like you said, man. He came in. He was ready to go.
He
was ready to go.
He did
charged up.
That defensive player of the year looks like a possibility.
Yeah, man. He
really does.
He has a point to prove right now.
Absolutely,
already. So let's move on to the wide receivers then from that second game. So there's a question mark there. So
Marks.
Man,
man.
Bro, I mean, our very own Mr. Watson.
I like Justin Watson.
Yeah, I do like him. Which, by the way, I think he's out this weekend, but we'll cover that here in a little bit. But
I thought it was Jalen Watson. That's out.
That's the
quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen Watson's out.
Okay. Cool.
So many Watsons.
So, give me your opinion. I mean, what's going on with the wide receiving? I mean, is it just too many of them, or has anybody not stepped up? At least one, maybe two.
I have a question. We were talking this before we came on. So McCole Hardman is with the Jets now, and he's done nothing.
He's getting paid,
right? So,
He's got Zach Wilson
but what if he was here with the Chiefs? Would he be our number one receiver, right? I think he'd be making a difference with the Chiefs.
I think he would actually, because he was starting to build that chemistry. He's a deep threat, and I think him opposite Justin Watson on certain plays would be good to stretch the field.
He would basically be Sky Moore, but a little bit more reliable, just because he knows the offense and he knows what he's doing.
I think he'd be very comfortable here. He'd be the most experienced receiver we'd had.
But I also think that he does. He realizes that he's not the guy. And so for him to go out and get paid like he did, I'm not mad at him.
He didn't get paid. I mean, he got money.
Like $10 million, didn't he? I think he did. I think
not
he got
a year.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see.
I think he got $6 million a year.
But he already had that connection here. He already had the connection with Patrick Mahomes. They already have that chemistry. I think he would have been much more successful here. Now, look, man, nobody saw Aaron Rodgers was going to go down after what? Fucking 4 plays? 4 plays.
Like 4 plays.
Man, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers, but good God, I really wanted to see him do something with the New York Jets. I like the New York Jets. I like the Cleveland Browns.
It's been good for football.
It would have been good for football. Yep. It would have been good for everyone. And aren't we going to face him soon? Is that part of our schedule?
Yeah, next week.
We play him the Sunday night.
So I was correct.
Yeah,
You was correct.
And on that note,
Oh, that's right. Mitch Holtis said that today.
I'll take the big red X over me. Joe was right. He's only signed a 1 year, $4 million contract. Nicole Hartman did.
Man,
It was only 1 year?
It was only 1 year.
Yeah.
So why didn't the Chiefs
guess
retain
I'm
him?
thinking-
Do you guys remember what happened there?
It was the money, wasn't it?
I think
That's terrible if it was the money.
Well, I think he wanted a bigger contract, but then he only took a 1 year deal. So I think the Chiefs were just kind of like kick rocks.
All of